here.
Hurt me.
Hey, I'm not gonna hurt you. Where is my daughter?
What are you talking about?
Your hands up, police.
I can't go to police.
Yes, you are.
Let me out. Come on. I can't go to police.
Back up. Go. Let's go. Look at me. Help you. Got my damn daughter. Come on.
All right, Oval fans. Now, this was an alarming scene. Like, first of all, it was great to see Ruth again. So I feel like this will resonate with Ruthless fans more if you're familiar with the series. And guys, I stand by my statement. Ruthless is the best show Tyler Perry has out now. What I mean by that is it's his best show on Viacom. When I'm looking at, and I heard Young Dylan is good, I might actually check it out because Tyler Perry isn't the only one who directs and writes for it, which is actually pretty stunning. I will check it out probably when it goes on hiatus or something. But when it comes to Ruthless, yeah, it's better than Sisters, The Oval, and Bruh. It is the best. Don't at me. And yeah, I know you're probably wondering, well, Jeremy, you went on this whole thing about The Oval being too dark, but Ruthless is even darker. True, but it is a compelling story. Now, I had some issues with 25, and no, not just the Gene and Jason thing, but when I'm looking at the execution of certain scenes, and I think, and I was talking with Chan, I'm like, man, believe it or not, despite the epic mic drop moment with Diane, I think episode 24 was a better episode than 25. And I'll probably have to do a video breaking that down. But let's just stick with the Ruth thing because I don't want to be running around in circles. But basically, before we go any further, make sure you like the video, hit subscribe if you are new, hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out when I post new content, and follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. But here's the problem with the scene. There were two major things that troubled me about this scene. Number one, if we're watching Ruthless, if you're watching Ruthless, you know that Ruth, and spoilers for Ruthless, if you haven't watched it, it's available on BET Plus, the first 12 episodes. Ruth is a mother, she's an elder amongst the Rakadushis. Tally was originally a member, but then she messed up when she wrecked the car that they were getting away with Callie in, but Daikon slapped her, and that's why she went off the road, blah, blah, blah. Basically, Tally lost her rank as an elder, and then after being seated by the 7 rings, again, you need to watch Ruthless. Ruth is an elder. So all those individual Rakadushi members who were just standing there, which is actually the third reason this scene made no sense. The Rakadushis are understood to be a powerful and formidable force within the community. I mean, the police, put aside the fact that some Rakadushi members are in the police, but the police know not to mess with them. Picky and his crew know not to F with them. But you have just a random assortment of like a dozen or so Rakadushi members just happen to be standing around in the middle of, I'm guessing like a community area in the neighborhood, because it looks like you have a bunch of people standing on the, on a ramp outside of a building. And, it's like, they're just standing there. I don't know what they're doing, because even Sharon mentioned that, I didn't know Rakadushi members worked in the same strip mall next to where me and Kareem work at the pharmacy. Well, yeah, that's because we're not wearing our Rakadushi garb in public. We go into the building in our regular clothes, but when we get in there, we change to our robes and everything. So why would Rakadushi members in costume, so to speak, just be out in the open? I mean, true, you could argue like, well, Jeremy, if you watch Ruthless, they were wearing their robes and everything when they go to the shop and everything. But I mean, that's something that's in their local area. So does this mean the Rakadushis have another location aside from the area next to the pharmacy? Possibly. I mean, were they there trying to recruit new people? Maybe. I don't know. But it just seems weird to just have a bunch of Rakadushi members standing out in the open like that. That was my first biggest, okay, what the heck moment. Okay, number 2. Sorry, I kind of jumped ahead of myself. But yeah, the first one was Rakadushi members just standing around. The second one being like, again, Ruth being an elder, yet no one tried to help her. Yeah, I get everybody was trying to escape and flee, but she's an elder, so I get when they were running away, they probably didn't notice Ruth was taken. But when they were, when they stopped running, it's like, wait, where's the elder? Where's Ruth? Like, nobody went back to help. They just left Ruth alone. I mean, The Oval timeline wise is ahead of Ruthless, so maybe in this particular scene, Ruth is no longer an elder and she just happens to be one of the members at the same level as the other women she was with. So that's why it's like, oh man, forget it, we're not going back for her. So yeah, that could debunk my second reason why the scene made no sense. Okay, now here's a third reason. Now I've almost come to, I've kind of coped since Wednesday night with the whole Gene and Jason thing. I've said in the live stream, you know, I'm feeling better, and the fact that I understand why Tyler Perry had the scene, because it raised awareness about these kind of situations happening in real life and the importance of what we can do to stop it. You know, with the telephone number to call those, you know, who are in domestic situations or whatnot, or being assaulted. And okay, I understood it. I've kind of made my peace with the scene. Have I watched it? No, but at the same time, it just makes no sense how that important scene, disgusting as it was important to, you know, really showcase this dark stuff happening and what we can do to possibly reduce or stop it completely. My big problem with the Ruth and Barry scene is Ruth being yelled at and everything by Barry. Like, you know, he's like, look, he kept yelling, I'm not going to hurt you, but I want to know where my daughter is, or our daughter is and everything. Look, our daughter, where is she? She's with the highest, and, you know, she's in a better place now. And if I tell you where she is, if I take you to the highest, then I'll get hurt and she'll get hurt. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe that's why nobody stepped in. But when she's literally being lifted off her feet and being carried away by Barry and screaming for help, and you have damn near 20 people standing there, nobody tried to help. I think like maybe one or two guys tried to step up, and these dudes were like taller than Barry. Like, what are you doing, man? Back up, back up. And then Ruth is tossed into a vehicle and Barry drives off. I think he even like runs over the curb, and, you know, then they go off. And I'm like, I feel I have a massive problem with that. I mean, is this a common occurrence in this neck of the woods of the DC community? Because I saw like a couple women that were like in a gasping position, like their hands were over their face, like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. It's like nobody called 911, nobody took video surveillance, nobody jumped in trying to stop Barry from taking a woman, tossing her. I mean, is this like an area where pimps and all are at? Is this a common occurrence? Because this looked like it was, again, like in a church or community center, just based on the location. So to actually have, see, that's why the Jason and Gene scene, I was able to kind of, you know, again, make peace with the scene because of the circumstances of the situation. There was no one around to help or stop it. But when you look at the Ruth being taken away by Barry, you had all those people and not one person tried to help. That was my biggest problem with that scene. Is it like because they understood they're Rakadushi members and not to get involved in this kind of business? I mean, possibly, but at the same time, I thought that was really messed up. So, and again, you know, I feel like maybe we need to see how the entire scene plays out at the beginning of season 2. But I honestly feel like, you know, Tyler maybe dropped the ball with this scene. But again, I could be completely wrong. Maybe the follow-up and the payoff will be explain it. But it really did not explain why nobody tried to help. Again, one or two guys tried to approach Barry to stop it, but then they just stopped like he had a gun or something. But I don't know. But like, if you see somebody being taken away like that, I mean, was there a disclaimer at the end of episode 25 about, you know, hey, if you see somebody being attacked or assaulted, don't stay quiet, don't do nothing, do something to try to help? Maybe that did pop up, but again, I didn't watch episode 25 live, so I wouldn't know. But that was my major problem with that. Again, it was great to see Ruth, but the way that scene played out, I did not care for it at all. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree with me about the whole Ruth situation? Why do you think no one helped her? And what kind of trouble do you think Barry's going to get into now about this situation? So how do you think things would have played out if he would have taken Sam's advice and just waited on him or something? I don't know. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure if you would like to donate to the channel, you do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And again, make sure you watch Ruthless. It's a good show. I'll talk to you all soon.